In the murder trial of two former APD officers, a former SWAT sergeant tells the jury what concerned him about the standoff with homeless camper James Boyd. News 13's Lizzie Mitri has that testimony.
We resolve critical incidents with the least amount of force.
One of the biggest tools SWAT has to do that is its crisis negotiating team, according to retired APD SWAT Sergeant James Fox. During the standoff in the foothills in 2014 with homeless camper James Boyd, Fox spoke with the supervisor on scene.
Do you need extra bodies? Do you need a response? What do you have? And he says very confidently, no, we're good.
The supervisor did not call for a SWAT activation, meaning no crisis negotiators.
It concerned me just because I knew about the terrain, I knew about elevated positions. I also realized that this had all the criteria of a SWAT activation.
Fox testified in the murder trial of former SWAT officer Dominique Perez and retired detective Keith Sandy, saying he got to the scene 13 minutes before they killed Boyd. He hadn't yet developed a plan, and by that time an officer with crisis intervention training had been called off the scene, an officer who said he'd handled hundreds of cases like this before.
Did you ever have an occasion over all that time with those hundreds of encounters where you were not able to successfully talk the person down and get them to give up?
No.
You were successful in every single one of those encounters?
Yes.
In this case, though, the defense says he wasn't getting anywhere.
During that entire time, you weren't able to make headway with Mr. Boyd, correct?
Not very much.
The defense says Sandy and Perez eventually had to shoot to protect a fellow officer who was dangerously close as Boyd wielded two pocket knives. Lizzie Mitri, KRQE News 13.
The prosecution expected to wrap up their case today, but there was a 2-hour delay after a juror was late with car trouble. The prosecution now expects to finish tomorrow.